Africa has been slow to embrace women leaders in politics, but there is an exclusive group of female presidents who are now laying the foundations for future female leadership in Africa. For example, in September 2005, Ivy Motsepe-Cassaburi served temporarily as the acting president of South Africa for 4 days when the president and his vice were out of the country. She was also selected by the cabinet to serve as the constitutional and official head of state for an interim period of 14 hours on the 25th of September 2008. This was the period between the resignation of the then president Thabo Mbeki and the taking of office by Galame Motlanthe. But in this video, we'll take a look at 10 African female leaders who have occupied this position for more than a month. At number 1 is Sylvie Kinnigi from Burundi. The first female president in Africa was Sylvie Kinnigi. She served as Prime Minister of Burundi from the 10th of February 1993 to the 7th of October 1994. During this period, she also served as the acting president of the country from the 27th of October 1993 to the 5th of February 1994 after Burundi President Melchior Ndadaye was shot and killed. Following Ndadaye's death, Kinnigi continued to govern the country as acting president for 3 months, making her the first female in Africa to handle this position. At number 2 is Ellen Johnson Sirleaf from Liberia. Nobel Peace Prize laureate Ellen Johnson Sirleaf is Africa's first elected female president who served 2 consecutive terms after winning the 2005 and 2011 presidential elections. She had initially run for presidential office in 1997 against Charles Taylor, but she lost. She was the 24th president of Liberia. During her tenure, she was also elected chair of the Economic Community of West African States in June of 2016. At number 3 is Rose Francine Rogombe from Gabon. Rose Francine Rogombe served as interim president of Gabon from June 2009 to October 2009 after the death of the president Omar Bongo. As president of the Senate at that time, Rogombe automatically became the head of state. As reported by VOA News, the country's constitution sets out that this position is first in line for presidential succession if the president is unable to fulfill his or her duties. At number 4 is Monique Sanbello from Mauritius. Agnes Monique Sanbello was the acting president of Mauritius from 31st of March 2012 to 21st of July 2012. This was the transition period between the resignation of the then president Anerud Jugnath to the inauguration of the president Kailash Puriyag. She served again as acting president between the resignation of Puriyag and the inauguration of the president Amina Guri from 29th of May 2015 to the 5th of June 2015. However, this position is said to be ceremonial as the real power holder in Mauritius is the Prime Minister. At number 5 is Joyce Hilda Banda from Malawi. Joyce Hilda Banda was the first female vice president and president of Malawi. In 2011, she founded the People's Party. Between April 2012 and May 2014, she served as president after her predecessor Bingu wa Mutharika died suddenly in office. As vice president at the time, Banda was next in line to be president according to the constitution. She was the country's 4th president. 2 years later, in May 2014, Banda was heavily defeated in the next presidential election. In 2014, Forbes named President Banda as the 40th most powerful woman in the world and the most powerful woman in Africa. At number 6 is Catherine Sambard from Central African Republic. Catherine Sambard was the acting president of the Central African Republic from 2014 to 2016 after rebel leader Michael Jotodia resigned from his self-appointed presidency. This was according to Reuters. Before becoming president, Sambard was the mayor of the Central African Republic's capital city, Guri, from 2013 to 2014. At number 7 is Amina Gurib-Fakim from Mauritius. Amina Gurib-Fakim was the first female president of Mauritius. A Muslim woman, she was unanimously voted into power by the country's National Assembly in June 2018 and served until March 2018. As mentioned earlier, in Mauritius, the position of president is largely ceremonial and the prime minister is the most powerful office in the country. Gurib-Fakim is a scientist and she holds a honorary doctorate degree from Pierre and Marie Curie University. At number 8 is Sahle-Work from Ethiopia. Sahle-Work was the first elected female president of Ethiopia. She took office on the 25th of October 2018 after being unanimously elected by members of the country's National Parliamentary Assembly. This was according to Al Jazeera. The position of Ethiopian president is largely ceremonial, as the prime minister is the most powerful figure in the Ethiopian politics and the commander-in-chief of the Ethiopian Armed Forces. She had previously worked as a special representative of United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres to the African Union and head of the UN Office to the African Union. At number 9 is Victoire Tomega from Togo. Tomega is the new Prime Minister of Togo since 28th of September 2020. She is the first woman to hold the office. Prime Minister Tomega is a respected and seasoned politician. Prior to 2008, she worked at the United Nations Development Programme. In 2008, Tomega served as the cabinet director of the president. In 2010, following the re-election of President Faure Gnassingbé, Tomega Dogbe was appointed Minister of Grassroots Development, Youthcraft and Youth Employment in Gilbert Humbo's second mandate. Tomega was named Prime Minister on the 28th of September 2020 by President Faure Gnassingbé after the resignation of Komi Selom Klasu. At number 10 is Samia Suluhu Hassan from Tanzania. Following the sudden death of President John Magufuli of Tanzania, his deputy Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan was on Friday 19th of March sworn in as the first female president of the country. According to the Tanzanian constitution, where the office of president becomes vacant by reason of death, then the vice president shall be sworn in and become the president for the unexpired period of the term of 5 years. This means Samia Suluhu Hassan will be in office until 2025. Previously, she was the Minister of State in the office of the Vice President in charge of the Union Affairs. Born on the 27th of January 1960, Suluhu was an MP for Makunduchi constituency from 2010 to 2015 and had been Minister of State in the VP's office for the Union Affairs since 2010. She has also served in different ministerial positions since the year 2000. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe before leaving.